I'm Rob.
And I'm Louie.
And this is the Walking Dead Onslaught VR review
by Barefoot Gaming.
There's a zombie in this game, Louie.
There's like, brah, 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 bite. Yeah, they make all sorts of noises. Who even knows? I can't understand them. Can you?
This game is based on Walking Dead, the TV series,
yes.
Okay? And this is definitely more action-based. This is not a slow-moving strategy game. In fact, a lot of the mechanics are based on having to rush through things because there's this red cloud that's kind of following you, pushing you. This is made by Survios, who have done a lot of big VR games in the past that we have enjoyed.
Yes.
Things like Sprint Vector, for example.
Yep.
So it's not like there's nothing, and I mean, it's a big title, so there's a lot of excitement to this. So let's start with movement style.
There's teleport, smooth locomotion, and actually...
a little swingy thing. What do you call that?
I don't know. Gorn invented it, maybe.
I don't know if they invented it, but they did
I
for
don't
sure.
know. That's where I first used
You
that
hold
method.
the button in and you swing your arms, and this is supposed to prevent, like, nausea from motion, right?
Yeah.
Now, the teleportation is not blink teleportation.
No, you kind of press the button, and it'll slowly kind of skim along the floor. And then you let go, and the screen will go a little bit black, and there will be like some zoomy type motions.
Yep.
And then you'll show up in the new location, and then you do it again.
Lots of different weapons, lots of ways to upgrade your weapons, different kinds of knives. The way you select your weapon is by pressing a button, choosing from a wheel which one you want to use.
Yes.
And what about the way the stories work? There's a story, and then there's fetch missions.
Yeah, so you start off kind of in a little bit of a story mode, meeting up with Daryl. That's still in the pre-game, the tutorial, if you will. And then you go on a couple fetch missions, and then you get to do Daryl's story.
And the fetch missions basically get you to take stuff through a predetermined maps that you can choose which ones you want to go through. You choose your difficulty level. The harder the difficulty, the more stuff that's in it.
Yes.
But that lets you upgrade not just your weapons, but it lets you, like, build buildings inside of your base.
Yes, but if you pick the harder modes, not only are there more zombies, they're harder to kill, and I believe the zombie horde also moves a little bit quicker.
It does. So there's all of that to keep in mind. And yeah, you can find it with a knife, for example. It feels like the hitbox gets smaller.
It seemed, yeah, like you kind of have to hit them in the brain for that one-shot kill with the knife.
Yeah.
And as soon as I don't know if it was because I was more rushed, but I was having trouble kind of hitting that mark every time.
Now, this is a $30 game US, or $34.99 or $35 Canadian. It's available on the HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, Windows Mixed Reality. It's available on PlayStation VR. There is single player only. Originally, they had talked about multiplayer. That got dropped off. Let's talk about pros. Let's talk about cons. Louis, is this game worth it, and why?
This game is worth it for me because I love the Walking Dead TV show. I like kind of interacting with these characters I'm playing as Michonne or Rick, but I get to kind of play the role in their shoes a little bit. And I like the feel of this game. I kind of miss a little bit of the previous one where you kind of had some weight to the knife stabs and stuff like that.
Now, we talked about this.
We did talk about this.
I said we're not comparing this to the other Walking Dead game.
But there's certain things that this felt like it missed that was already in this series, if you will.
Fair enough.
Even if they're by different companies.
Yes, yeah.
So that's a little bit of a con on my side. Rob, what did you think? What are your pros and cons?
I super struggled with this.
Yes.
Really struggled with it. And here's the reason why. If this was not made by Survios, if there wasn't hype behind it, if I hadn't been waiting for like
a year?
Almost a year
yeah.
for this game to come out, with lots of publicity in the background, would I be as hard on it as I am right now? Because honestly, there's a lot of things that frustrate me about this game. For one thing, you hold your weapon with your right hand, you'll never, like, you can hold a weapon with both hands if you want, but you'll never use two knives, you'll never use two handguns. You'll never, it's all with your right hand. And your left hand,
which you get used to throughout the game.
You do, but what I really feel throughout the whole thing that this game has been dumbed down because it's been ported. It's been designed to work on everything. Now, it's frustrating as a PC user when I can tell that is the case, and I can tell. My left hand always does picking up, and it's with the trigger.
Yeah.
It's never squeezing. Fine. They haven't implemented that mechanic. But if my right hand is available to pick something up, I can't do anything with my right hand is shoot or knife only. Right from the tutorial, I got frustrated at the game. I can headshot zombies 3 times before they go down.
Yes, and a single knife stroke to the brain will bring them down.
So the problem is, what that does is this makes this a knife fighting game.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense to use your gun.
I was almost exclusively using a knife throughout, and I mean, I enjoy that.
Which is fine. But
I also enjoy shooting things.
And what they do is they level up so they get harder to kill.
Yep.
So they wear armor. Okay, well now it's going to take harder shots.
Yep.
But it also takes...
They've got, you know, a bulletproof vest and a mask with like a face shield on it.
But it's harder to kill them with a gun at that point too. And you're still wasting piles of bullets every time.
Yes.
So when the game is really just more fun only being a melee game...
Yep.
I have to dock it for that. I love the fact that you have a home base that you can upgrade. And then on the flip side of that, I'm frustrated by all I can do is see the buildings appear in the distance, as it were.
And characters kind of walk throughout.
Because I'm fenced off.
We are fenced off, and we can't get over to that beautiful new town of Alexandria we're building.
And honestly, maybe there's nothing interesting there. Maybe they purposely put the fencing up because it didn't make sense to let us wander. But that takes me away from why I'm building the stuff.
Yep.
So I just keep getting jerked back and forth. If this game came out of nowhere, if this was not by Survios, if this was just, you know, Bill's basement VR experiments and he came out with a zombie game and this was the mechanic, super cool. I'd say, you know what, for $30, you should definitely support this guy.
Yep.
I am struggling. That stupid red cloud that comes through, it doesn't make sense. Make it a wall of zombies. I don't make it so difficult.
It kind of is a wall of zombies. If you look through the cloud, there are zombie shapes in it.
But you can't, it's just red. Like the part that hits you is just red that's killing you.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like you have any impact on what's happening.
Agreed.
So I'm really stuck. I don't really recommend this game. So I get what you're saying. I get the enjoyment that's behind it. And I don't hate it. I'm disappointed by what this became.
Yeah, so we're probably going to leave this up to you now that you know kind of our 2 cents on it.
Yeah.
Or 3 cents. And, you know, you can say, hey, this looks like a really good game for me. Maybe not so much. Maybe I'll wait for the next one. That's up to you.
And that is always our goal. Just as a heads up, that is always our goal. It is not to convince you that our decision is best.
Yes.
We're just trying to help you make the best decision for yourself. But yeah, that is Walking Dead Onslaught, our review. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe. If you have questions, leave them below about this or anything else. We will talk to you again real soon. See ya.
Bye.